Today, I'm going to show you how I made a homemade planishing hammer. So let's get into it. All right, so sometimes you just need to make some of your own stuff out of bare necessity, cost savings, timeline, all that kind of stuff. So that actually falls into place for all of this. Cost is a factor, and time is a factor, and necessity. So I need a planishing hammer. I need to planish out the roof on the 51 Merc build and for chopping the top. So I need to make my own, or I'm going to make my own planishing hammer. I could buy one. There's lots of them out there on the market. I do want a portable one, and in the portable ones they get quite expensive rather than a stationary one. And the stationary ones will actually just be too large for me to fit in through the window and get over the roof. What I am going to show you is what I think for building this. Now I have no idea. I'm completely winging it just off of other stuff that I've seen. I'm not stealing anybody's design or anything really. I'm simply just, I've got some steel here, and I mean, I kind of have an idea of how I can make the hoop or the holder. So I'm going to use square tube, and this will be my backbone, if you will. I'm going to slice this down so this fits on either side. Weld this solid to the bottom here. Hopefully this is all making sense. This is all just what's going on in my brain. So I'm going to weld this solid to the bottom, the same distance apart. I'm going to slice this so it fits up over, run a bolt through here. And then I'm going to have, if it's still hot, I welded this. Yeah. So this is going to be my adjuster on the back for my height. Now I don't think I'll get wicked height out of this. This will just, I'll probably have some movement in my, ow, that's hot still. So basically I bought anvils or hammers for my ear hammer, and I'm hoping they're going to work. This should be a good crown for the base, for underneath, and then hopefully this one will work for on top, so that I'm hammering those two together. And so I'm going to mount this with clamps onto here. My air control is simply going to be a air shut off dial. So that's going to control that, and then I'll have to have some type of a base here to hold my bottom die or anvil in. So I don't really want to permanently affix this to it. Otherwise I would just, just buzz this in and weld it to the piece, and I don't know, maybe I'll get frustrated and I will, but for right now I don't think I'm going to do that. So I wanted to walk you through the step by step before I fully execute it. So I need to cut another piece of steel for wherever my end's going to be there, but first thing I'm going to do is get this figured out. Get my main end figured out here, and have that sort of stuck together, and then I'll figure out that other end and how I'm going to clamp that to that. So let's get at it. I talk in a few of my videos and that about, saving money and finding stuff at, swap meets or marketplace or wherever. I can't remember if this was Kijiji, which is a Canadian version of Craigslist, $200. So it didn't work. The blade was broken. The saw was all mangled inside. I had to replace some bearings in the top. But the auto feed doesn't work. So it just basically uses pressure, that chain, and basically gravity but this is a horizontal and vertical bandsaw, so you can stand it up and put a plate in there as well. But 200 bucks. Man, you just got to search around and you'll find good deals. So there you go. So you guys probably know this already, but I don't know, this is just something that I do. I'll run a piece of tape around these step bits to where I want to stop, just so I don't go too far. But I don't know, maybe you already know that. But So let me show you what I've done here. 1 inch tube across the top, 1.5 inches for the backbone, 1 inch tube across the bottom, 1.5 inches up the front. 3/8, or sorry, 1/2 inch threaded rod, 1/2 inch nut welded to the end of that rod up the top, and then 2 1/2 inch nuts in the center welded to these plates. And so that's my adjuster to put tension on the hammer and the anvil. This is welded on the back side, the bolt coming through. So you can also tighten this bolt, and there is slack here, but once we tighten this bolt up, that all comes out and it all seems to straighten up okay. So what I did over here is just welded on some washers with a nut, and I've already played with this a little bit, so you can see it's kind of rounded that out nicely actually. So our lower anvil sits in there nicely. Once I tighten all that up, that hammers up and works pretty good. Yeah, so I sacrificed this air hammer and welded it right to it, zip tied it on, and that's it. So let me show you how it works. That seemed to work pretty well. I mean, that was just a test piece that I was doing before I started welding on that. And I mean, it smoothed those welds right out, smoothed it all out. And I think that's gonna work. It's just a matter of, can I hold it? And I think I should be able to. But I think for what I'm doing and for what's happening here, I think that'll definitely work. Put a nice crown in the panel, which is what I need there. So there you go. Homemade planishing hammer. Sacrificed a tool for it, but you know, just goes to show you that you can, you know, make stuff, right? So get out there in your shop and make stuff. And please subscribe to the channel if you like this video and want to see some of the other stuff that I do and work on and that. So please subscribe, like, follow, all that stuff. On Instagram, I'm at LongSpeed on Instagram, Facebook, LongSpeed Marine on Facebook. So follow me there and see some more stuff that I build. So thanks. Take care.